A Virginia court has ruled that masks will now be optional for children in the Loudoun County School District. Let's bring in the Attorney General of the state of Virginia, Jason Miyares. Mr. Attorney General, this is a win for you. And my question is, how many of the children will go to school without a mask and take advantage of your win?
Well, I'll tell you what, thank you so much for having me. This has been such a great week for parents in Virginia. Governor Youngkin obviously signed a bipartisan bill. And then this was us defending the governor's executive order he signed on our first day of office, saying, listen, we're going to give parents a choice. If you're a parent, you want your child to be masked for 8 hours a day, hey, that's your right. But for so many parents right now that are seeing what a detrimental impact this has had on our kids, you know, I pointed out that our children in Virginia have not had a normal life since 2019. And it's time to give them a normal life, get back to normal. Well, and so if you're a parent, you want your kid to have a mask, great. If not, it's your choice, and we're seeing a lot of parents already taking advantage of it.
Now, what about other school districts apart from Loudoun County? I mean, are they still masking up the kids? Do you have to go to court for them as well?
Well, we'll see. I mean, the governor's bill, they were defying the governor's executive order, and we always had a good backup plan, which we had a piece of legislation that actually had bipartisan support that got to the governor's desk. We signed it the same day we won our court case. But what this is, if you're a local school district, you think you could define a piece of legislation signed by this governor and passed by both chambers of the General Assembly, you're going to see us in court very, very shortly. This is about empowering parents. We'll always stand with parents in this case.
Dr. Fauci says not having kids in masks is just too risky. That's what he says. So are you, getting the masks off, flying in the face of science?
Well, listen, there was an infectious disease expert actually wrote an op-ed in the Washington Post fairly recently that pointed out the science now shows that if you have an N95 mask on, if you, as a child, doesn't matter whether the person you're talking to is also wearing a mask or not. And so that whole argument that you have to be masked in order for me to be safe, actually the science is showing that's not the case. And so we know so much more now than we did in 2020 when the very beginnings of this pandemic. So let's recognize there's more knowledge, we have a lot more research and information, and we're also facing a dramatic mental health crisis on our kids. It was remarkable watching the Super Bowl and seeing 70,000 people in California, adults without a mask, and then the children that are least susceptible to the virus and do the least to spread it, our kids were having to wear a mask 6, 7, 8 hours a day. It's having a huge toll on their mental health, a huge toll on their academic progress. We're really going to be dealing with this, I think, for decades to come, what we've done to our kids the last 2+ years by putting them in a mask. Talked to a parent the other day who said, I'm so excited my daughter for the first time gets to see what her best friend in school actually looks like. Think about the impact we've had on our kids. It's time for them to get back to normal.
Real fast, what can you do about the vaccine mandate on government and healthcare workers?
Well, we've challenged the OSHA mandate. Virginia joined 20+ other states to challenge the OSHA mandate. We were successful. We have joined Louisiana. We're challenging the CMS mandate. It is going to create a crisis of care in rural America and rural Virginia. We've talked to so many healthcare administrators in rural areas that say we have dozens of nurses that have not been vaccinated. For us to fire them when we're already understaffed would be such a detrimental nightmare. And so we are working with other states to challenge that in court. Let nurses, let's start treating people like adults. Let them make the decision whether they want the vaccine or not.
Let them make the call themselves. Give them the option, for heaven's sake. Mr. Attorney General, congratulations on your win, and thanks for being with us this morning, sir. Appreciate it.